Daughter was the one who held John Wayne's hand as he lay dying, and she was left out of his $6.8 million well after she made him sick. John Wayne prioritized spending time with his family in the face of a dreadful diagnosis, but surprise, his bereaved wife received nothing from his $6.8 million estate. The contentious choice raised questions about who would ultimately receive the wealthy actor's estate. John Wayne's reputation as a Hollywood great and American folk hero is still indelible in the annals of motion picture history. Wayne, who is well known for his classic roles in Western films, gave his all to his craft till the very end. Wayne was a diligent workaholic who showed unrelenting dedication to his line of business. Only his profound gratitude for the love and support he received from his fans rivaled his enthusiasm for performing. John genuinely responded to each letter he received, showing his sincere appreciation for the support his supporters had given him throughout his illustrious career. Wayne found his strength to provide a spectacular performance in The Shootist, despite his declining health, 1976. It was evidence of his unflinching commitment to his profession and unwavering passion. The similarity between Wayne's own personal experience and that of John Bernard Brooks, the character he played in the film The Shootist, is an intriguing coincidence. Brooks played an elderly gunman in the movie who was battling a terminal illness and yearned for a tranquil end to his life. But he wound up getting involved in a final crucial gunfight. Amazingly, life began to imitate art when, just 2 years later, John Wayne was fatally diagnosed with stomach cancer. The Oscars in April 1979 marked the tragically happy conclusion of John Wayne's brilliant career. He stood before the audience surrounded by his contemporaries and the titans of the movie business, a person admired for his contributions to the movie industry. The entire room, which was comprised of actors, directors, and business people, rose to their feet in a spontaneous display of adoration and respect. It was evidence of Wayne's continuing legacy as he stood on stage taking in the praise and ovation. The precise moment encapsulated his unmatched contribution to the film industry and the enduring impression he left on the hearts of millions of people. What happened to John Wayne's $6.8 million fortune? John Wayne's health had been deteriorating over the past few decades due to the unrelenting march of time. He received a crushing blow from fate in the turbulent 1960s when he was diagnosed with lung cancer. The actor required lung removal. Despite this setback, Wayne's strong character endured, and he continued to command the screen and inspire generations with his unshakable devotion to acting. But the renowned actor was not yet through with his struggles in life. In a horrible turn of events, the year 1978 brought the terrible news that his stomach had once again been infiltrated by cancer. John began an amazing journey of resiliency and tenacity as he faced the shadows of his own mortality. He fought cancer for a long time, but he didn't allow illness to put out the flame of his creative drive. In films like El Dorado and True Grit, Wayne began a string of extraordinary cinematic endeavors that would cement his place in the annals of movie history. To many people's amazement, none of the $6.8 million John Wayne left behind after his death in 1979 was left to his widow, Pilar. The choice surprised everyone and created rumors about the nature of their relationship because it went against what was expected. When faced with his illness in the early 1970s, his third wife Pilar made the decision to leave him, leaving him to face his difficulties alone. It's interesting to note that Pilar and John Wayne maintained their legal marriage up until his passing. She happily wore the 15-carat diamond engagement ring that the renowned actor gave her up to this day. Pilar, now 94, remembered John Wayne with affection as a man who epitomized strength, generosity, and kindness, along with a great sense of humor, despite not inheriting anything from him. John Wayne intentionally included provisions for his 7 children in his will, as opposed to his wife. Each child received $5,000, multiplied by the age difference between the child and the actor at the time of death. John Wayne's positive connection with 7 kids. While John Wayne's remarkable career included more than 200 films and won him an Oscar, his fatherly role was equally important and genuine, going beyond the confines of the movie screen. John was a loving and dedicated father to his 7 children in the background. He made it a priority to be present in their lives, nourishing them with love, direction, and support, despite his busy schedule and the demands of fame. John Wayne had the pleasure of raising 4 daughters, Asa, Marisa, Melinda, and Mary, as well as 3 sons, Patrick, Ethan, and Michael. While he was married to his first wife, Josephine, they had 4 children, Patrick, Mary, Michael, and Melinda. Asa, Ethan, and Marisa were 3 more children that John welcomed into their loving home with the help of his third wife, Pilar Palit, later in life. 5 of John Wayne's children gathered for a special tea and a evening and shared their personal memories of their adored father in a touching moment. The numerous family excursions they had taken while on holiday on board the Wild Goose, a beautiful ship that held a particular place in their hearts, were among the treasured memories they shared. John had converted it from a family boat to a minesweeper from World War II, providing a refuge where priceless memories were created. John Wayne, according to Patrick's father, thought that love should be present throughout childhood. Marisa, John's daughter, reminisced, "It was always a good time when we all got together. Whenever we all got together, it was always a good time." Wayne's children had a strong passion for acting, and several of them decided to follow in their famous father's renowned footsteps. One of them took acting classes, and it later paid out for Ethan, Patrick, and their sister Marisa. Particularly Patrick showed promise as an actor, appearing in a significant 40 films over the course of his career. His career got off to a modest start when he was paid $10 for a little part in the movie Rio Grande. Big Jake was the final movie he made with his father. Melinda remembered her father's strong work ethic and the important life skills he taught his kids with affection. John Wayne insisted that every one of his children do their fair share of domestic duties because he valued responsibility and hard work. John, Ethan's father, was a kind and devoted figure in his life, according to Ethan's memories. Wayne was a loving and sympathetic person off the set, despite playing stern characters on screen. Ethan recalled special instances of his father scooping him up, kissing him on the head, and telling him how much he loved him. "He would lift me up and spin me around after I ran and jumped. Huge bear embrace. He would always embrace you or kiss you on the head. You that he loved you." His children claimed that John Wayne had a heart for humanity. According to his daughter Asa, their father has always been a people guy. Asa also recalled how forgiving he was, even when one of them had committed an offense. In joy and in sadness in the company of family. John Wayne made it a priority to spend as much time as he could with his family after receiving a tragic prognosis. He brought his youngest kid Ethan to the movie set since he realized they had a finite amount of time together and wanted to make the most of it. "He was aware that he wouldn't be around for me when I got older." Ethan said he took with me to the place because he realized he wouldn't be there for me as I got older and that he would probably lose me when I was still a young teenage man. He had me homeschooled down in Mexico. So when I was tiny, he brought me along, John Wayne's son said. Even when he was ill, he never ceased being John Wayne, and the work wasn't easy for him. Ethan looked up to his father as an example of how to succeed under trying conditions. Ethan is currently the chairman of both the John Wayne Cancer Fund and John Wayne Enterprises. He seems so lively and self-assured. He had just one lung, a damaged knee, and had fallen off horses for 60 years, yet you'd never know it. Even if the task wasn't easy for him, he never ceased being John Wayne, according to his youngest son Ethan. When the boy's father passed away from cancer, he was only 17 years old. Melinda remarked that even though she and her siblings were residing with their mother during the period of their father's illness, they continued to communicate with him. "Use my name for the good of the public," he told to her late brother Michael as he was passing away. She said, "I wouldn't be here, and neither would you if it weren't for the general public. If we hadn't, we wouldn't have the life we did." John Wayne's children stood at his side throughout his final moments, offering unshakable support and solace. The iconic actor's once vibrant charisma started to wane as the burden of his cancer battle took a toll on him. The Duke passed away on June 11, 1979, while being embraced by various family members. Patrick, his son, said his father farewell. Asa, Wayne's daughter, was holding his hand. She questioned him about her identity just before he expired. Wayne responded with his final words, "I am aware of who you are, of course. I love you, girl. I cherish you." When John Wayne passed away in 1979, his kids were resolved to uphold his memory and continue his humanitarian legacy. Together, they founded the John Wayne Cancer Foundation in 1985 as a moving memorial to the man who had fought the illness himself. That was a fitting tribute to their cherished father's unflappable spirit and his lifelong dedication to improving the lives of others. Thanks for watching my video.